cold and frosty morning, there's not a lot to say about the things caught in my mind.
Well, it's said that you're the sum or the median of those you surround your life with. You wonder, okay, how do I do that for myself? But then the bigger question to me is, how do I pass that on to my son?
Dude, I didn't get to do stuff like this with my dad, like at all. My dad was in Boy Scouts, was an Eagle Scout. I ended up going into Scouts, would go on all these camping trips, and he would just refuse to go with me because it reminded him of his dad, and he didn't want to go.
You know, my dad was awesome. We did all kinds of stuff outdoors, and my parents were divorced, so I got to see him every other weekend, so we spent as much time as we could together.
Just a few days before we flew out here, I was at home because my dad was transitioning to a memory care unit so he could get 24-hour care. Just a good reminder for me is like I will never have memories with my dad anymore. Like it's done.
I don't think any of you guys know, but Parker's my stepson. So he came into my life when he was 2. He doesn't even know who his dad is.
So I grew up without a father, without a family really. So I didn't really have a lot of, guidance or somebody as a role model.
We bonded a lot, and he used to be very quiet and sheltered, and seeing him this weekend, it honestly just makes me want to cry sometimes because he's like a totally different person.
That was my biggest goal in life, was to start a family and be a father and provide, the things that I didn't have, or the upbringing I didn't have with a father or the role figure.
I like to spend time with my dad, how he likes to snuggle with me all day and all night.
First time just laying under and just watching the stars last night. I mean, it's just been amazing.
Spending time out here with Carter, was amazing. It made me reflect like I need to do this more often.
I didn't know he could drive a jet ski like that. He was like in and out on that thing. It was amazing. I was a little bit surprised. I didn't think he had it in him.
We don't get a lot of downtime at home. It's always go, go, go.
Go, go, go. Go, 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 go. And my father was a go-getter. It's never that bonding, that love, that what we can do right now.
Just the way he supports me and my family always. There's nothing he wouldn't do for us. That's it, man.
My work is very busy, and so I feel like I'm constantly saying, give me just a sec, or pushing everything off. And so this has really been needful for us.
That he likes to spend time with me and teaches me new things I haven't learned yet. And that's what I think is really awesome about him. And I just like spending time with him.
It's just a cool, unique opportunity. I don't think many people get to do it.
This retreat has been awesome so far.
I sent a message right before I left to some of my buddies about this trip, and one of my buddies replied like, man, that's awesome people are actually doing that. Because I don't think there's too many dads that have this opportunity to go on these type of trips. So
one day they go up at their age and say, oh my God, my father never gave me love, or was present but not present. It's like being physically present but not emotionally present.
There was never that we bonded, but it wasn't that relationship, the loving relationship. Like, I don't really remember my dad, saying I love you growing up. I know he did, but that wasn't really something that was really expressed a lot. And I try to make sure that my boys, they know that.
He never stops caring and loving. So even if things happen, he never stops. He may be disappointed, but he never stops loving and just always just there.
There's not really much hesitation.
Tevin's always talking about Hunter and the event and his crazy driving, or he's always looking forward to it. This was probably one of the better retreats that I've had. This is my second time here. My boy will be 15. He's 15.
My oldest is 15.
And he's talking about doing this when he's 18 plus, so it's pretty cool.
And all the time and effort he puts into it, like he owns a business. It is hard to fit in all that time with your kid, and he makes it pretty easy, so I really appreciate that coming from him.
The first of many for us.
Jed's going into high school, and there's not going to be a whole lot of other times where he's maybe going to want to hang out with Dad.
I can come to him if I need anything, if I need help, and he's always there and caring and nothing for me.
This time for me here is so special with Turner, just knowing that I'm doing everything I can to give him the best upbringing, have freaking awesome friends.
And making friends, because he has, you know, he's building his confidence, and that was really my main goal.
That's one of my favorite things about this is like this is a father-son trip, but he's having so much fun with the other kids.
I feel like I haven't spent any time with him.
I love seeing him come back and reconnect with all these kids.
I'd rather him get to just spend time and, you know, with his friends and
be excited for that.
Getting to play with my friends, spending time with my friends, getting to see my dad, and spend more time with my dad.
Jackson has a scar on his belly. Every time you see him at the pool, at anything, he doesn't ever take his shirt off because he is embarrassed of his scar. That first day that we were here, he saw all the kids with their shirts off, and he like took his shirt off and was playing around like nothing. And I saw him and I was like, did you just take his shirt? Like, he never does that. Well, Cade, when he was on the tube,
the boat was pulling the tube behind us
and was being pulled by the boat, I mean, he was completely scared. I could tell. There was 4 of them on there. It was neat to see, though, that when they flipped and flew off of that thing, I thought, okay, I'm going to have to do some almost like damage control. But instead, what it was is there was kids that were younger than him on that thing that also flipped off. And he was trying to comfort them and swim to them and say, here, come grab my hand.
As I said, it hurt, but when I flew off, that was awesome.
It's been very good for us and for my boys, so thank you.
With my son, you know, I feel like I have a second chance with, you know, being intentional, being there every day, not, you know, even allowing him to question whether or not I love him or want to be with him.
Just be able to dedicate these couple days with the kids and be intentional with our time has really been special to me.
And I know that he always wants to play with me.
My kids will never question if I love them, ever. I don't want them to. And I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure of that.
Jackson's like my best friend. Like, I love getting to spend time with him.
You know, everybody here, we have, you know, kids that are maybe 3, 5 years old. You know, look at them, admire that. Chubby little arms, chubby little face. And then look around the other parents. Their kids are 16, 17. Like, that's real.
So don't go away. Say what you say. Say that you stay forever and a day in the time of my life. 'Cause I need more time. Yes, I need more time just to make things right. Yes, I need more time just to make things right. Yes, I need more time just to make things right. So don't go away.
The time goes by so fast. And you're like, oh man, I wish I, you know, pushed back the clock and did something different. Just love them, you know? All the kids want love.